time during this game. Not one time I doubted this team. I never doubted them. Don't tell me that I doubted them. Don't say you doubted them, because we never doubted this team throughout this entire game. Andrew Knapp getting a walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the 9th inning to beat the San Francisco Giants by a score of 6-5. And this game was excruciatingly frustrating. Frustrating from head to toe, because, okay, the Phillies got the runs early on. Zach Eflin was pretty good on the mound, had good location, good command. He got into some rough spots, but managed to get out of those innings. But then once the bullpen came in and Kinsler, oh my God, that 7th inning, man. That 7th inning was not good. Not good. Just Darren Ruff. Out of all people, are you serious? Darren Ruff. My goodness. Hey, Mickey Moniak got his first Major League home run today. That's a bright spot. That is a huge bright spot. And Bryce Harper just continues his hot streak since coming back home from the Mets series. And basically ever since he stated in one of his post-game press conferences after that series that he has to be better. And he has been hot. He has been very hot lately. And like I said yesterday, I feel bad for him because it feels like he's the only guy on the lineup that's been really consistent as of late. And sadly, you lose Gene Segura, and then that forces the Phillies to call up Scott Kingery. And oh my God, Scott Kingery, man, in the field, not in the field, in the batter's box. And also guys like Andrew McCutchen, just what the hell, just can't make a simple routine fly ball in left field. Literally pops out of his glove when he's trying to catch it. Rhys Hoskins just had a bad day at the plate today. Guys, but I would say other things more positively, things nagging onto the negatives, which is very easy with this team. Nick Maton has looked pretty good, and he's looked pretty good in his first couple of games here, especially defensively, and the bat's starting to wake up for him too. So, honestly, when this team gets a little bit healthy, I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Maton remain in the big leagues a little bit, because he's been impressing a little bit in this 3-game series. So, I wonder how that stretch is going to continue, because now you don't have Gene Segura. So, I was assuming he's going to get a little bit more playing time as well, but I wonder what's going to happen when the Phillies go on this road trip for the next week and a half or so. So, Nick Maton has been really good. And Brad Miller today, geez, 4 for 5. I did not expect that out of Mr. Bamboo. I guess after getting that home run, it kind of woke his bat up a little bit. So, it's something nice to look at there. But, yeah, that 7th inning was just bad. Brutal as hell. Oh, my goodness. And the Phillies had bases loaded in the 8th inning. Rhys Hoskins just swing. Rhys has been on a major cold streak as of late. I know we got the home run yesterday, but 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Just not good. Not good enough. And this is me coming home right directly after the game. I was there signing the Hall of Fame club, and it was cold. It was very good. The weather was nice at the start of the game, nice and warm, but then you start seeing those clouds coming in. Then they go for the rain delay for 30, 45 minutes at most. Then they come back. It's extremely windy, and it sucks because literally in my spot, the wind was blowing directly in my face, and I had no coverage whatsoever. So, yeah, I was basically sitting in the wind the entire time before the sun finally came out at the end of the game. So I decided to walk through the concourse in the Hall of Fame Club. Saw a nice police dog, too. That was, it brought my spirits up after that 7th inning, because I was in there during that 7th inning playing with the police dog, but yeah, that 7th inning was really painful. Painful to watch. So, going through this game. First inning, Phillies don't do that much to get on the scoreboard. Zach Eflin, like I said, he looked pretty good in this ball game for the Phillies. Locating really well, and he just looked really good. So, like I said, bottom first inning. Bryce Harper, he gets on with a single, but they really can't do much with that as Bohm grounds into a force out. Go to the second inning. Brad Miller gets on with a single. Nick Maton also gets on with a single, so you get 2 men on for Mickey Moniak. He works the count, gets it to 3-2, and the sound of the ball coming off the bat, especially when you're at the game, it was loud. The way the ball cracked off, it was loud. And he sends it to left field, and out of all the situations, he hits an opposite field home run, which I did not expect whatsoever. But hey, he gets his first Major League home run into a 3-0 Phillies lead. So I won't harp on Mickey Moniak for the rest of the day, but I will because I want to, because I like making fun of Mickey Moniak. So, Phillies do get another base runner. Andrew McCutchen eventually gets on. He steals second, but Rhys Hoskins can't get him home as he strikes out. Top 3. Fuck, that's my train of thought. I'll fix that. Zach Eflin just continues to deal throughout the first few innings of this ballgame, especially coming back after the rain delay, because the rain delay happened in the top of the third inning, and literally they threw one pitch. It was a strike, and that's when everyone decided to call it, because that's when the wind was really gushing at that point. You saw all the flags out in center field just like blowing at like completely wildly in every direction, and then you start seeing the rain clouds come in. There was a few strikes of lightning as well, so call the game there. They go into a rain delay, come back in the top of the third inning. Zach Eflin gets out of that. Then you go to the bottom of the third. Nothing really happens there for the Phillies. So basically, for both sides, it was a little bit quiet. But then the bats for the Giants started to wake up a little bit in the fourth inning. But Zach Eflin, like I said, he got into a little bit of some situations, but he managed to get out of those situations by, getting the ground out, striking people out. Zach Eflin, pretty consistent tonight, like I said. So fourth inning, Phillies don't do anything. Fifth inning, this is another inning where the bats for the Giants start to wake up. Buster Posey gets a double. Wilmer Flores gets a single. And then Dubon, he gets a force out, but it manages to score a run for the Giants to make it a 3-1 Phillies lead. Then the Phillies in the bottom of the fifth inning can't do anything. Sixth inning for the Giants. This is the last inning for Zach Eflin. He gets into another little bit of a jam, but he does manage to get out of it. Once again, the Giants get a couple of base runners on each corners, but he does get out of it as Buster Posey flies out. Then the Phillies, they respond in the bottom of the sixth inning. Brad Miller gets another single. Then Nick Maton, he gets a single as well, and that manages to score Brad Miller from second base, and that actually turned into Nick Maton going to third because there was a little bit of an error in left field. So you got Nick Maton at third, but no one was able to drive him home. Mickey Moniak, he struck out swinging, and then Scott Kingery comes in and he strikes out. No surprise there. And then for a defensive replacement, Scott Kingery actually came in for Mickey Moniak in center field, and in comes Kinsler to pitch for Zach Eflin in the seventh inning. And then the bombs start to wake up for the San Francisco Giants. Flores doubles, Crawford gets a single, so you got two men on the corners with no outs there. And then Kinsler actually is able to get a strikeout, but in comes Darren Ruff, gets him to an 0-2 count. No idea what Kinsler is doing on this pitch. Throws a meatball right down the middle of the goddamn plate, and Darren Ruff crushes it into the Phillies bullpen, and he ties the game at 4. Kinsler comes out of the ball game. JoJo Romero comes in, and more damage comes from the Giants' bats. He does get the second out, but then Yastrzemski gets on by a fielding error. Then Longoria gets intentionally walked. Then Alex Dickerson gets an RBI single to drive in a run to make it a 5-4 Giants lead. Then they pull JoJo Romero. In comes Spencer Howard, and he gets the final out of the inning. But now the Giants lead 5-4 in the bottom of the seventh inning. And yes, that's when the entire ballpark lit up in fumes, and everyone was pissed off. And also during that inning, too, that's when Andrew McCutchen had the routine fly ball, which he dropped in his glove as well. So that also prolonged the inning, getting the Giants that extra fifth run in that top of the seventh inning. So, go to the bottom of the seventh. Phillies do respond, but Andrew McCutchen pops out. Rhys Hoskins strikes out. Bryce Harper, man. Bryce Harper, I love this guy to death. We don't deserve him. We just don't. Bryce Harper takes it everything for himself, crushes a ball to right center field, and it barely goes over the fence for a home run. I feel bad for that fan that dropped the ball in the stands there as it pumps back onto the field. And then you get Bryce Harper just pumped up as he goes around home plate, tying the ball game up at 5. Man, this dude has been on an insane hot streak this weekend, going back to the Cardinals series too. So I really hope he keeps this up, man, because it's very fun to watch Bryce Harper play like this. Then Alec Bohm walks. Then we can't do anything in the rest of that inning. Spencer Howard comes back in for the 8th inning. He strikes out the side. Spencer Howard actually looked pretty decent in this game, and that's the one thing I just hope for Spencer Howard is if he can just find a way just to get that consistency. Be that guy that can be in the 4th spot of the rotation. Go 5, 6 innings. Find a way to prevent your velocity from going down. Stop losing your command. Find a way just to be consistent. He can be the guy that could be that 4th starter. Because we definitely need that, because I'm not excited to watch Vince Velasquez this Friday in Colorado. I am not excited to watch that at all. And then we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Nick Maton gets on with a single. JT comes in pinch hitting for Spencer Howard. He gets a walk. Scott Kingery, he flies out. Andrew McCutchen actually gets an infield single as he beats a throw to first base. And then bases loaded. Phillies have a chance to get some runs going into the top of the ninth inning, but Bryce Hoskins strikes out to continue his horrible day at the plate. Literally just went down on 3 pitches, swinging at all of them, and it's yeah. That's when the Boo Birds ran down on Bryce Hoskins from the Phillies fans. So, Hector Neris comes in for the 9th inning, and he gets a 1-2-3 inning. Austin Slater gets called out on strikes. Tommy LaStella flies out to McCutchen, and Mike Yastrzemski strikes out. So Hector Neris did his job in the 9th inning, and then it was up for the Phillies to please don't let this go into the extra innings, please. Bryce Harper starts off with a walk. Brad Miller gets a single to left field. It's just a blooper, and it dies out there in left field. And then you got 2 runners on. Andrew Knapp, first pitch swinging, single to left field. Bryce Harper comes around to score. Honestly, it didn't even look like he touched home plate because he didn't even slide. He just went there with his left hand guard and just swiped home plate with it. Didn't even look like he touched it, but hey, he touched it. He was safe, and the Phillies win this game 6-5. I'm fine with that. So, looking at the box scores for today, let's go to the pitching side first again. Eflin, 6 innings, 7 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts. Eflin was dealing today. Well, I mean, it wasn't a dominant performance from Zach Eflin, but he went out there and did his job. He got into some jams, but hey, he got out of those jams and only allowed 1 run. So Zach Eflin, he's a ground ball type pitcher. He's going to try to force contact, get those balls into the infield. He's not a strikeout pitcher, so hey, Zach Eflin had a really decent night on the mound. Then Kinsler comes in. Only gets 1 out in that 7th inning, allows 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 strikeout in that home run to Darren Ruff. Jojo Romero only gets another out in that inning, allows 1 hit, 1 earned run, and then Spencer Howard comes in, pitches an inning in the 3rd, strikes out 3. Hector Neris comes in the 9th, does his job and strikes out 2. So, decent performance by the back end of the bullpen. The front end of the bullpen for this game, not good. Not good enough. Then we go for the lineup for today. Andrew McCutchen goes 1 for 5 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. His average is 164 on the season, and Andrew McCutchen just... Right now, he looks lost at the plate. I know there's a lot of people that are saying that Andrew McCutchen shouldn't be... maybe take Kutch out of the leadoff spot. And I would have been all for putting Gene Segura in the leadoff spot as well if he didn't get injured, but I guess right now we're stuck with that situation. But if Nick Maton remains in the lineup, and I'm not trying to force this on anything, this is just one thought that just came into my head. Hey, maybe you make Nick Maton the leadoff guy, but I feel like that's too much to ask of a guy that just made his major league debut a couple of days ago. So I think right now we're stuck with Andrew McCutchen in the leadoff spot for the time being until Gene Segura comes back. Bryce Hoskins, 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts, a terrible day at the plate for him, just absolutely awful. His average drops down to 239. Bryce Harper, fantastic day at the plate, goes 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, a home run, a walk. Just fantastic from Bryce Harper. His average is now 357 on the season. Alec Bohm goes over 3, walks twice, strikes out twice. Not the best of date. Bohm had that home run yesterday. I still think he needs to find that way. He needs to get those couple of hits in one game. If he gets a multi-hit game, he just needs to find a way. And like I said, I'm not worried about Bohm at all. He's young. It's a sophomore season. Teams are going to adjust to him, so it's his time to adjust right now. And it's still very early for Alec Bohm. I'm not worried whatsoever. Brad Miller, fantastic day at the plate, 4 for 5, 2 runs scored. I did not expect that out of Brad Miller today, but hey, he was really good at the plate tonight. Andrew Knapp goes 1 for 5 with that walk-off single, so he got the hit when it mattered. So that's nice there. Nick Maton goes 4 for 3, 1 run scored. So very good day at the plate for Nick. Then JT Realmuto, he eventually came in, pinched hit. He got that walk, so nothing happened with him. And also Mickey Moniak in this game goes 1 for 3 with that 3-run bomb for his first Major League home run. So very good for Mickey Moniak. Phillies today, they were 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position, and they left 11 guys on base. And actually, if I look at some of these stats in the box score, Bryce Hoskins, he left 4 runners on base today, so really not a good day at the plate for Bryce Hoskins. And if we look at the rest of the schedule going forward, the Phillies they go on the road trip for 7 games this weekend and 4 days next week. They take on the Colorado Rockies on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it looks like, Vince Velasquez is going to be the guy that starts on Friday. I am not excited for it all. Vince Velasquez is Vince Velasquez, and plus he's pitching at Coors Field, where the ball just flies everywhere. So, that's a match made in heaven right there. He's going up against German Marquez. If we go to Saturday's game for the Phillies and the Rockies, and I think that is going to be Chase Anderson. No, it's going to be Aaron Nola on the mound, actually. So Aaron Nolan's going to be going on the mound Saturday for the Phillies coming off of his complete game. Then Sunday, I would assume it's going to be Chase Anderson, if my freaking app would stop freaking out on me. If I can just go to Sunday, please. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be Chase Anderson versus John Gray on Sunday to close out that series against the Rockies. Then I would assume for the Cardinal series, the way it's going to start up, if this is just all my assumption here, Monday would be Zach Wheeler, Tuesday would be Zach Eflin, 28th, I would assume that Vince Velasquez is still in the mount if he had a decent enough start. If he has a decent enough start on Friday, maybe he gets to start again next week against the Cardinals. Then I would assume Aaron Nola is the guy to finish off that series on that Thursday against St. Louis. So, got a 7-game road trip, and then you come back home for one game at the end of for a 3-game series against the Mets at the end of the month. So, this is going to be a really important road trip. This is the first road trip outside of the NL East or AL East for over a year at this point. So, hopefully, the Phillies can just win on the road, please. They only have one road win this season. We need more. And the Rockies, if I look at their record for the season, the Rockies are not a good team. They are 5-12. Can we please beat the Rockies? I don't want to be pissed off this weekend, but I know I am because it's the goddamn Phillies. And they're going to piss me off somehow in some form. So, yeah. Hopefully, they can beat the Rockies this weekend. Because they just need to. The Rockies aren't a good team. They need to beat them. They really need to beat them. So, interesting day. Interesting game. But hey, the Phillies got the win. They salvaged the last game of the series. And thank God they didn't get swept by Gabe Kapler. I would have been livid if they got swept. Oof. Thank God for Bryce Harper. Thank God for Bryce Harper. So, it's going to do it for this one, folks. What are your thoughts on this game? What are your thoughts on Bryce Harper's hot streak? What are your thoughts on just everything Phillies at this point? Your thoughts in this, 2.5 weeks into the season so far? So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, so don't forget to leave those down there. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to check out the Panda Lines, which I am a part of. Their links will be in the description below. Don't forget to check out the links to the Flyer.pod merchandise website, and also for Flyers Nitty Gritty. They will be down in the description below as well. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, everyone, and I will see you next time.